Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you are doing this session today. Our focus today is very much about lying on our backs. We've done so many sessions recently of hands and knees, lying down on the tummy and that kind of thing. So we're going to do predominantly most of the stuff on our back. We're doing quite a lot of roll-ups and coming back down again and just kind of working a little bit more on spinal mobility, flexion, and incorporating some upper body work. With weights or without weights, I don't mind, whatever you prefer to do. So let's just go with the flow of the class, see how we get on. Lots of nice stretching as well, as always. We'll throw some in the center, in the middle of it all, and throw some in at the end. Right, so starting on your backs. And I'm going to start with my weights. And I'm just going to think about stretching out through the arms, just reaching out into that nice strong T-shaped position. Just kind of taking a little wriggle through the spine, putting my shoulder blades very slightly under, and just finding that back positioning where my back feels like it's just kind of sinking down into the floor as we exhale, gentle tilt of the pelvis, putting a little bit of pressure through the lower belly, and then inhaling, releasing the pelvis back to a neutral position. So just go again, exhale, little pelvic tilt, and inhale, a release. Close your eyes and just find that sense in the spine. Sorry, I'm still here. And then just open your eyes. And then just find your little foot position into bridge. So just bring your feet a little bit closer, and then I want you to take your feet wide. So we're going to do some beautiful hip sways just to really wake up the hips. So I've opened my knees as wide as my ankles, and I'm going to press down through the feet. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, and exhale, roll the hips up. So just find your bridge. Nothing too high to start with. Remember, we need to warm the body up. So I want you to inhale, drop your bridge so your buttocks just airbrush the ground. And then push through the front thigh, my left thigh, to lift my left hip up high. Inhale, lowering the buttocks, just brushing the ground at the bottom, and then pushing up through my right hip to lift up that side. So we inhale, scoop down, exhale, rock over and lift that left side. Inhale, brush down, neutral spine, and then squeeze and lift that right side. So imagine you're just making a U shape through the body from one side to the other. I like to say it's like a merry rose rocking side to side. And allow that give through the ankles. Feel the slight rotation as we pull up one side. Squeezing through the glutes, so squeeze your right buttock as you lift up that right side, then release it to brush the floor, squeeze your left buttock to reach up that side. Give me 2 more each side. One more to the right. One more to the left, big squeeze, and then come down in the middle. And from here, we lift the hips up and then try and squeeze the thighs, rotating on the ankle. Inhale, open the knees, brush the ground. Exhale, come up and squeeze. So go for your breath. You'll start to feel those buttocks kicking in pretty quickly. My buttocks haven't recovered from last week, so they are still fighting against all exercise. Up, squeeze, open, release. Up, squeeze, open, release. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And give me 1 more. Lift it up, squeeze it in. Keep the squeeze if you can. Lift the hips and give some little pulses. Squeezing through the butt. Feel the thighs engaging. Press, Come on, touch those thighs together. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Inhale, open the knees, and exhale, drop it down. Take a breath. So my knees are going to stay wide. I'm going to lift them up, and I'm going to pull the big toes together and the heel. I'm lifting my heels slightly higher than my knees, so I've created a diamond shape through the legs. We're going to drop our legs, and we're just going to brush the toe to the ground, lift all the way back up, and over to the other side. Now, you don't have to drop your foot all the way down to the floor. If your spine is struggling with that, it's too much, just go halfway. Now, obviously, I've got my shoulders pinned down through a weight, so it makes it a little bit easier to go a little bit further in the rotation. But if my shoulder blade comes off the floor like it has here, I'm a lot tighter this side, I'm just not going to go all the way to the floor. So we're going to add in a little toe tap in the middle. Keep those knees wide if you can, so we're activating the inner thighs. I pause in the middle, I tap down, but I literally hinge from my hips, pull back up, and go over to the other side. Back to center, hinge, and up. Make sure when you pull your feet back in, they stay higher than your knees. And hinge, pull back in, and over. So just carry on working there. Gonna go one more each side. Keep the knees wide. I can feel myself moving down my mat. My weights are being left behind, but the rest of my body's moving. Okay, last one. Give me 10 up and down. Squeezing the belly. You don't have to drop your legs all the way down. You might want to go halfway and pull back in. 7, knees wide. 6, just point those toes to tap the floor. 5, 4, reach 3, and 2, last 1, and then lower your feet to the ground, let the knees fall open, butterfly stretch, and just rock through those hips, release the inner thighs, allow that mobility. So it's still nice to have your arms pinned down to the floor, just to get that little bit extra movement in the hips. Good, come to the center, bring your knees together. Now, your arms are going to do a little bit of work. My feet tuck in towards my hips. Open and spread the toes. So we're in a nice neutral position. We're going to roll up slowly through the hips up into a bridge. So we're going to do a combination exercise. I'm just hoping I've got enough room behind me. Let me just move myself down a little bit. So we're up in a bridge. We take a breath in to begin. We exhale. We lift the arms up into flies. We then extend the arms overhead and lower the hips halfway. We then lift the hips back up as we bring our arms above the shoulders. And then we bend the elbows and lift up. Open out again. So my bridge stays here. We lift up to flies. We extend the arms as we lower the hips, not too far, airbrushing the ground again, lift back up, and then bend the elbows and extend. So 3 arm exercises. Up for 1, bridge is static. Then drop the hips as the arms extend high overhead towards the floor, arms extended. Lift back up. Then bend the elbows. Don't hit your head with those weights, and lift up and open. So if you're not using weights, just move the arms. Extend and reach through the fingers so you're getting full range. Then lift back up and then bend, clasping your fingers behind, pushing your palms together, and then reach back up. So the clasp of pushing your palms together, as soon as you do that, you're activating all the muscles of the arms. And as soon as you press your arms behind, you're still squeezing your palms, you'll then feel your triceps active. So you don't need weights necessarily. So just think about that. Think about the push of the wrist as you drop and extend the arms. Try keeping that clench there, and then you lift, and then you do your triceps. Okay, you can activate those muscles just by the clench. Right, 4 more of these. Squeeze your butt, guys. Don't forget that bridge is just holding there, nice and strong. Pulling the knees slightly closer in together. I lost my focus a little bit there in the upper body. Okay, 2 more. Let's power up. Let's get those hips a little bit higher. Then reach the arms, squeeze the abs, bend the elbows, lift it up. Last one. Big, strong opening through those arms. Clench the fist or bring the arms together. Triceps. And then lower it all the way down. Good. Now take a breath. Release your front arm from the weight. Bring that hand to the side of the head. Take this arm up above your shoulder. So I'm going to give you 2 options with this, with or without a weight, so it's your choice. This leg extends out, so it's in line with this thigh. This arm extends out to there, so they're pretty much at a similar angle, kind of making that kind of V shape. You hold here, you don't move, and then the front leg is doing the work. We C-curve into a crunch and drop the toes. C-curve, crunch, drop the toes. Now, if it feels too much, holding your weight here and your leg there, move the arm, try the crunch there. Okay, my weight's actually quite heavy, so I prefer it there. If it feels too much, if it gets your lower back, drop the leg, take the arm back a little bit, and then C-crunch both your legs, keeping that arm where it is. They're your options. Okay, keep it going. Four more. So you might be here. And 1. Good. Take those legs high. Reach that weight up and pulse. Now reach the weight over towards the opposite foot. Sidle pulses. I'm supporting my head. You don't have to support your head. You might just be happy to reach up here. Little side bend. Use your obliques. Straighten out these knees. 8, 7, 6, 5. Twist. 3, 2. Last one. And drop it down to the floor. Bend the knees and drop your feet. Big breath. We're going straight over to the other side. So you can take the weight in the other arm. You can do this without a weight. So this time we extend that leg and we take the arm overhead, other hand behind the head, and then we C-curve crunch that side. So I feel a little bit stronger this side, but I need to balance it. So I'm going to bring my arm above the chest, keeping that leg extended away. If you don't like it, drop both toes to the floor and C-crunch there, either with your arms slightly back, because that will just challenge a little bit more. Once your toes hit the ground, or keep it here. Do whatever works for you. So I'm going to go back to that one. 5, 4, be very wary of the lower back. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop the don't drop the leg, extend the leg up. Hands can stay behind the head or down by your side. Reach the arm and let's reach up to that other side. Squeeze, breathe. Try and keep these legs beautifully extended if you can. My opposite arm is just hovered. I'm holding my head. 8, 7, come on, reach. 5, 4, Go higher. 3, 2, give me one more. And drop the head, drop the arm, bend the knees, and drop your feet. Release the weight, find your breath. Extend your legs down on your mat. Grab 1 or 2 of the weights. So I'm just going to use my 2.5 kilos on their own. You might, if you've got smaller weights, then use, if you've got like 1 kilo, use both together. If you've got 3 or 4 kilos, again, you might just want to use one. And then extend your arms over. Just take a full body stretch as you inhale. Find the stretch for the front of the body. Dorsiflex your feet, pull your toes in, push your heels away. We're going to inhale, raise my arms up above the shoulders. Lift the chin towards the chest, and we're going to scoot through the belly and roll all the way up and lift up tall. Then reach the arms forward as you lift out of your hips. Then scoop the belly, halfway point, bring the arms in. We turn, we reach, we bend, center, turn, Russian twist with arm extensions. Turn, reach, back and center. One more each side. So we do 6. Then back into the middle, either arms forward or by your chest, roll it down. Reach the arms overhead. Inhale, my arms don't touch the floor. Exhale, lift the arms up. Inhale, chin to chest, rolling up. Lift up tall, reach forward. So coming into a hamstring stretch. Control through the shoulders. Softly drop back into half roll back. And we turn and reach. 1. Turn. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Now, what I was going to say to you was, roll all the way down, lengthen out, take a stretch. Now, not everyone comfortably comes all the way up into a roll up, and you might find you need to use a little bit of momentum. If you do, either try and bend your knees, it might be easier, okay? And if you're going to use momentum, I don't want you to wrench your back. So I want you to just do as best you can, lift up, and it might be to there, and then you might just give yourself a little bit of a helping hand just to roll all the way up to seated. So give yourself a helping hand. Then reach forward, you curve the spine, then roll it back, and everyone can do a Russian twist. We turn, we reach. Sorry, I got a little bit carried away demonstrating something else there, so you might be ahead of me. If you're ahead of me, do an extra 1 or 2 twists. One more each side. Back to the middle and controlled beat roll. Scoot the belly in, control through the tummy, reach the arms. 2 more rounds. Inhale, exhale up. Inhale, chin to chest. Roll it up if you can. Give yourself a helping hand if you need to. Reach the arms forward. Stretch the hamstrings. Then roll it back, bringing the arms in. So if you're not using your weight, you turn, you still reach the arms. You can do that clenched fist again where you turn, squeeze the palms together, back to center. You're still going to get a good enough workout. One more each side. Center, roll it down. Reach. One last time, everyone. Roll it up. Reach forward. Keep the spine soft, roll it back. Come on, twist. 3. Spine soft. 4. 5. Last one. 6, come into the middle. So you can lift your weight up above your head and roll it slowly, 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 slowly down. And then reach the arms back, take a full body stretch. Couple of breaths there. Good, release the arms. Take your legs into a bent knee position again. Okay, so we're going to go back into those inner thighs. You can use your weights just to pin your arms down, out wide again, T-shape. You can take your arms down by your side. Take your feet as wide as your mat's, if not a little bit wider this time. Tuck your heels in. We inhale, tilt the pelvis. We exhale, roll it up. Now, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can take your arms up above your shoulders. And we're going to squeeze the thighs together. Opening the knees, dropping your arms halfway. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, halfway. Just feel everything working together. This can be done without the weights, just arm. It's about arm mobility, just keeping everything moving. Now, if you want, lift your heels, come onto your toes and work the calves. Open. Open. Come on, work it. 5, 4. Lift those hips. 3. And 2, and of course we hold this last one in. So lift the arms up, squeeze the thighs together and pulse the hips up and down. The arms stay where they are. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing, especially your weaker side. Come on, squeeze it. 7, 6, 5. You can drop your heels if you need to, but keep those thighs pressed together. And 1, inhale, open the knees. Exhale, roll it out, releasing. Everybody rest. When you're ready, lift those legs up, bringing the big toes and the heels together again. This time we bring the arms up above the chest. And we're going to lift the lower back off the floor, like you're doing a little reverse crunch. Yeah, trying to get the first part of your vertebrae off the ground by using your lower abs. And as you do, reach the weights through and drop the toes and the weights behind. Slight bend in the elbow. Lift up, reach, and bend, slight elbow. So slight elbow bend. Lift, pull your bottom off the ground to get that extra squeeze in the lower abs. Lift, squeeze. Now, if you don't want to use the weights, don't use the weights. Just keep that clench, lifting up, squeeze, and returning. Again. The focus needs to be on your lower back. If you feel your lower back is coming away from the floor, reduce your range. Take it to about there. Then pull back in. 4 more. I think this is our last one. Now hold and let's pulse, pulse. Now pull those thighs in, lift the bottom, reach the shoulders. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your head, drop your weights down, slide your hands, catch the shins, drop your heels into your buttocks and just open those knees. And just take a little rock side to side, just take a little massage into the lower back. If you want more, interlace the fingers, push the heels down. Shoulders pulled down. And breathe. And carefully release the feet to the floor. Extend the legs. So we're going back to those roll-ups with a different upper body exercise. And I'm going to drop my weight down a little bit. Now this time your arms stay down by your side with your palms facing up. With this one, you don't have to come all the way down to the floor. So we lift the chin, we roll up. We do bicep curls, lift the elbows, punch, punch, drop, elbows in, bicep. You can either drop all the way down, inhaling, exhaling, rolling all the way back up. Bicep curls, elbows lift, punch, punch, elbows down, bicep curl, and drop all the way back down again and come up. Or you can stay on the spot with a soft spine and just work. Bicep curls, elbows lift, punch, punch, back in, elbows down, curl. So just think biceps, elbows up, punch, punch, elbows down, bicep curl. Roll to the floor if you wish. I quite like the roll to the floor just because it's good for the spine. So if you're finding you want a little bit more of a challenge, roll it to the floor and then ease it down. If you want a little bit more of an arm challenge, this is your choice. You can add it in now. You can curl, lift, punch 6 times. Back to the middle, elbows in, bicep curl, and roll it down. 4 more, guys. Let's do this. Whoop, forgot my bicep curl. Elbow lift, punch, 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 punch. Back in, elbows in, roll it down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll it up. Come on, come on. We've got 2 more left after this. Keep it going. Drop your bicep. Roll it down or just keep going. If you're not doing your rolling down, I want you to add on another 2 repetitions. So you're doing a little bit more. Last one. So this time, let's do constant punches side to side. Now scoot the belly in, reach the arm, get higher in the arm if you want more in the shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and rolling up, dropping the weights down. Bend your knees, catch your feet, lift your spine into extension, so stretch out of flexion. And from there, we are now going to turn over onto the hands and knees. We're going to do a really good core exercise. I came across this last week, and it's really effective as long as you do it right. So I'm going to show you and explain it to you quite clearly so you know. My knees are just slightly wider than hips, and I'm going to keep a weight nearby. I can probably lighter weight. It works with or without a weight. It's a really good shoulder and chest exercise. So what you need to be able to do, and I'll show you from front on as well. You're going to bend your elbows like you're coming to a half push-up. Then you're going to hold the weight with the other hand. So this arm at the back is still in a half push-up. Holding the weight here, squeezing up, airbrush the ground, up, airbrush the ground. So I'm squeezing. It's like a slight reverse fly with a row. Now I can feel my abs kicking in to stabilize the hips. 6, 7, if you do this right, it hurts. 8, 9, so if you're behind, just do all the way to 10, and then release out of it, arching the back. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on the other arm, front on. So hands on the ground, knees slightly wide. Bend the elbows, half push up. This one stays there. I grab the weight and I go. 10, 9, keep your weight forward. 8, so my abs feel this more than anything. 7, 6, come on, squeeze into the belly. 5, keep that arm bent that's on the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Good, drop the weight. Arch the back. Come down onto your elbows. fist pressed down onto the floor for now. So we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to come into a half plank position. And all I want you to do there is keeping your knees hovered, is lift and lower, lift and lower. So I'm just doing a little hamstring, donkey kick, hamstring, donkey kick, 5. And my opposite thigh is really feeling that. 3, then let the knees come high, 2, and 1. Drop the knees down. Take a quick breather. Straight over to the other side. Knees hover. And we kick. 9, 8, 7, 6. Come on, use your core. 5, 4. Keep those knees hovered. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Slide it back. Quick child's pose. Roll yourself forward again. Come up onto your hands. Round 2. Okay, so I'm bending my elbows into a half push-up. If you want, those of you who are feeling very strong in your upper body and core, if you really want to challenge yourself, take your knees back, come into a half plank, then come into a half push-up, but you need to get those knees wide, and then feel that core kicking in. That is tough because my hips want to twist and I'm using my core to hold myself there. So I'm going to bring my knees in again because I'm going to lose my form, but try it and see how it feels. I've got 3 more. Make sure you're doing 10. And 3. And it's amazing how just in a box position, how much you feel that in your tummy muscles. So when you're doing a half plank, it's virtually impossible. And a full plank is pretty impossible because you will fall, because you're having that arm at the back wide and you're in a push-up position. Usually in a plank, your hand's a bit more central and then you bend, but that's not what the exercise is about. Okay, swap to the other side again. So I did a few in plank, in knee planks. I'm going to try a few here. Half push-up, abs on, let's go. Blimey. 9, squeeze, 8, 7, 6. My knees are coming back in. I'm going to lose my form. 5. Look, I've just extended that arm. 4. Keep that elbow bent. 3. Remember, this is a half push-up. 2. And 1. Drop down. Drop to your elbows. Take a little arch to the back. Tuck your toes. Come into full length plank. Okay, so we did a little donkey kick from the other, when we did our knees hovered under our hips. This time I want you to do little walks through the feet in a plank. So my hips don't lift up and down, my leg does by lifting up into hip extension. So I'm squeezing my butt to control this. If that feels too much, drop to your knees and just lift one knee, drop it, lift the other knee, drop it. Okay, that's your slightly easier option. Otherwise, 8 more. Push those fists into the ground. If you're not clenching your hands together, take the pressure out the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, walk the elbows in, extend the arms and sit it back. Take a breath. Okay, we are going to flip around onto our bottoms again. So we're back to those roll up and roll downs, or half roll downs if you're not into full roll downs. Take it more into the shoulders and the triceps this time. So I'm going to take my light weights. Again, you can do your whole clenching of the fists for this one, yeah? My arms start here with my palms facing in. So if you're going to do the full roll up, start from the floor with the arms in the same position. We inhale, lift the chin, roll it up. Whoop. It didn't come up then. Sit up tall. Extend the arms overhead, then bring the weights together. You can't see my upper body, unfortunately. And then bend through the triceps, extend and lift, open the palms forward and bend them back. And then turn them in to roll back down to the floor. So roll yourself back down. I'll try and get in a position where you can see my upper body. Take a breath in at the bottom. Exhale, roll up slowly. We come and sit up beautifully tall. Turn the palms out, extend up, turn the palms in, sink back as you bend the elbows, and then lift the arms up, open the palms back out, bring them back in, and roll all the way to the floor. If you can't roll up with your arms here, take them above your shoulders, and then lift from there. Okay, it's a lot easier. Then bring your arms to here, lift and extend your spine, turn the palms in, sink down, not too far, bend the arms behind, lift back up, bring the arms back out wide, and then roll it to the floor. Or come into a half roll back, so you're not rolling fully back the whole way. So you might just be coming halfway back. And then if you do, just pause, holding your arms here, and then come all the way back up. So we only drop down very slightly here, abs really engaged, and we lift back up, we open back in, and we return. So I'm going to do 3 properly just to show you. I'm going to start here, inhale, lift up. Last one. Oh, I struggle with that little bit there. If I can lose a little bit of momentum there. So we're going to go for 10 shoulder press. 2, 3, 4. Keep a lovely straight spine. 5, 6. Breathing. 8. I feel completely out of breath. 9 and 10. Bend those arms behind. Stay straight or sink back. Pause. We're doing 5, 5, 4, 3. Come on, scoop it in. 2. Last one. Lift it up. Sit tall. Curl that spine. Everybody roll to the floor. Slide yourself. Take a full body extension overhead. Reaching through the toes. Take one leg up to the sky, followed by the other. And I want you to take one of your weights behind the thighs. And I want you to crunch up once, lift, crunch up twice, lift, crunch up 3 times. So that forces my legs to come in closer, so my lower belly has to do more work. So I reach there, and I reach there, and drop back down. Reach, reach, and reach, and release. So if you need to do some bent knee, just lift there, lift a little bit higher, and lift a little bit higher, and drop down. So it's 3 crunches, and drop. 2 more. Reach, 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 and release. Last one, I think. Lost the plot today. 2. Now hold and pulse. Pulse. See if you can extend the legs, reaching, reaching. Come on, beyond. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2 and 1. Drop your hands behind the thighs. Let your heels fall to your bottom. Let your shoulders relax. Take a little roll side to side. And then release the weight down. Drop your foot down, extend that leg up, catch your leg and come and stretch into that hamstring. Keeping the hip bone rounded, slide the opposite leg away and just breathe into that hamstring stretch on that side. Keeping hold of this leg, just bend this knee back, pop the ankle on the knee, lift the thigh, catch it, and let's take it into that buttock stretch. So open the front knee, take a little bit more weight into the back buttock as you drive that thigh in, and then pull the shoulders down to the floor. So you just enhance the stretch. 3 breaths here. And then pop that foot down, release that foot, extend the leg up, catch the leg, straighten it out, slide that opposite leg down and come into a hamstring stretch on the other side. So again, try and push your heel up, pull your toes down, get into the calf. Keep that hip pinned to the floor. One last breath. And then slide that foot in on the right leg, pop the left knee over the left ankle over the knee, catch the thigh, head down, shoulders down, open the back knees, you pull the front thigh in. Again, pushing your sitting bones to the floor, tiny bit more weight into this front leg, and shoulders pull back and down. Find your breath. And then I want you to keep hold of this leg, just slip that back leg off, and then use it to roll yourself up and come and sit yourself in a comfortable cross-leg position. If cross-leg position is not comfortable for you, take your legs out straight or wherever is suitable for you. So bring your right hand onto your left knee, take your left hand to the base of the spine, lift up tall and take a rotation. So we're doing our rotation seated. Keep thinking about, just imagine you've got like a rod right through the center of your body and you're just pivoting on the spot. So you don't soften through the spine, you keep strong and tall. Use that arm, feel the stretch across the shoulder blades and look across the shoulder. And then inhale back to the center, simply swap over, right hand to the back, left hand to the knee, lift up and turn. Across the shoulder. And then carefully just unwind your body, bring your hands down by your side, sit tall, turn your palms up and take a breath in as you raise your arms all the way up towards the sky, softly bringing your arms down in front of your chest. Give yourselves a little bow, give yourselves a little clap. Thank you very much, as always. So something a little bit different today. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's very good to do quite a lot of spine mobility work with the rotations, and you know the weights are completely optional. So I look forward to catching you next week. Bye for now.